It is February 1st, 1959. 9 ski hikers in the northern Urals in the Soviet Union set off on a 16-day ski tour to mark the 21st Party Congress of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union. Days later, they are found dead. Some of the bodies showed signs of a struggle. 2 victims had skull fractures. 2 had broken ribs and internal injuries. But what happened? Before we dive into this eerie tale of mystery and intrigue, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to stay updated with our latest hair-raising stories. To start, let's meet the party. This ill-fated crew was composed of 8 men and 2 women, all aged between 20 and 38. Led by Igor Dyatlov, a 23-year-old radio engineering student at the Ural Polytechnical Institute, the group was embarking on a challenging expedition to reach the peak of Otorten, a journey that would span roughly 200 miles. The landscape of Otorten Peak is dreadfully rugged terrain, with steep inclines and snow-covered terrain that stretches for miles. The weather can be as unpredictable as a reality TV show plot twist, with temperatures plummeting to bone-chilling lows and sudden blizzards that can sweep in without warning. Now, if you're thinking, wow, who in their right mind would voluntarily go on a 200-mile ski trip in the freezing cold? Well, remember, it was the 50s and entertainment options were a bit limited back then. The first few days of the trip seemed to go well. The group skied through the snowy terrain, documenting their journey through journals and photographs. Everything seemed peachy until February 1st, when they encountered a blizzard that forced them off their planned route. Instead of heading toward Otorten Peak, they ended up on the slopes of Kholat Syakhl, translated to Dead Mountain. With darkness closing in and visibility low, Dyatlov decided to set up camp on a snow-covered slope. Maybe they thought it was a good spot to ride out the bad weather, or perhaps a grand plan to get some killer Instagram shots. Either way, this decision would mark the last time they were seen alive. Fast forward to February 12th, the day when they were supposed to return filled with tales of their icy escapades. When no one heard from them, worry began permeating the air. Families reported the team missing, and a rescue operation was quickly launched. Volunteers, including fellow students and teachers, set out to find Dyatlov's group, and on February 26th, their worst fears became a chilling reality. The rescue team initially discovered the group's abandoned tent, which had been oddly slashed open from the inside. As if that wasn't bizarre enough, the campers had fled the tent barefoot or in socks in the snow, which is certainly not advisable in Soviet winter conditions unless you're looking to join the Polar Bear Club permanently. Further down, the rescuers found the first 2 bodies, those of Yuri Krivonashenko and Yuri Doroshenko, near the remains of a campfire. They were only dressed in their underwear, which, to put it mildly, is not advisable snow gear. Over the next few months, rescuers discovered the remaining bodies in various states of undress and with grievous injuries. But wait, it gets weirder. Some of the victims had violent injuries, skull fractures, broken ribs, and several internal wounds that seemed more in line with a car crash than a mountain mishap. Interestingly, other disturbing details began to surface. Lyudmila Dubinina was missing her tongue, eyes, and part of her lips. Additionally, some of the recovered clothing was found to be radioactive. What exactly happened on Dead Mountain? There are numerous theories. Let's take a whirlwind tour through some of the most popular ones. First, the avalanche theory, the straightforward explanation. A sudden and powerful avalanche struck their tent, prompting the hikers to make a hasty escape into the harsh conditions outside. Not a bad guess, but the injuries didn't exactly match the typical avalanche aftermath. Usually, avalanches cause blunt force trauma and certain patterns of injury, but the hikers had a mix of internal injuries and external trauma that didn't quite fit. Others believed it was military tests. The area wasn't too far from Soviet military testing sites where activities like rocket launches, parachute mines, and other experiments were conducted. Some speculate that the hikers may have unwittingly wandered into one of these zones, leading to their grim fate. This theory is bolstered by the fact that some of the hikers' clothing was found to be radioactive, possibly indicating exposure to military materials. However, without concrete evidence, this remains an intriguing but unconfirmed theory. Another possible theory is the infrasound theory. Now we're entering the X-Files territory. This idea suggests that a rare type of wind phenomenon called the Kármán vortex street created infrasound waves. These low-frequency waves are below the range of human hearing but can have physiological effects, such as inducing severe panic attacks and causing disorientation. It is theorized that the hikers, overwhelmed by these infrasound waves, were driven into a state of hysteria, causing them to flee their tent in a frantic and disorganized manner. Some theorists go off the deep end and believe it was a Yeti attack. Yep, you heard that right. Some folks propose that a Menk, or Russian Yeti, decided to show these unsuspecting hikers why you shouldn't invade a cryptid's turf. Supporters of this theory argue that the remote and rugged terrain of the Ural Mountains is an ideal habitat for such a mythical creature. They claim that the bizarre and violent nature of the hikers' injuries could be attributed to an encounter with this elusive beast. However, no solid evidence has ever been produced to support this wild theory, making it more of a sensational story than a plausible explanation. Lastly, there is the possibility of the cultural clash. Mansi tribesmen, indigenous people of the region, were speculated to have attacked the hikers for trespassing on sacred ground. According to this theory, the hikers inadvertently entered a region considered sacred by the Mansi, prompting a violent confrontation. However, this theory didn't hold water, as thorough investigations found no evidence of such a conflict. Additionally, the injuries sustained by the hikers were inconsistent with those that would result from a physical altercation or armed attack. The Mansi people also have a history of peaceful coexistence with outsiders, further discrediting this hypothesis. So what really caused the Dyatlov Pass incident? It's been more than 60 years, and the mystery remains as frosty as the Siberian snows. In 2019, Russian authorities re-examined the case and concluded that the deaths resulted from an avalanche and poor visibility, leading to hypothermia. However, many skeptics remain unconvinced, pointing out that the deep peculiarities of the injuries and the radioactive clothing still don't quite fit this tidy conclusion. In the end, the Dyatlov Pass incident remains one of the most gripping unsolved mysteries of the 20th century, a cocktail of strange circumstances, Cold War paranoia, and the ever-intriguing spirit of adventure gone disastrously wrong. Whether you're a fan of baffling true crime enigmas, or you just enjoy a good old-fashioned ghost story to make you look twice at that snowy hill, the Dyatlov Pass incident offers a chilling tale that continues to captivate and confound everyone it touches. What do you think caused this eerie and mysterious event on Dyatlov Pass? Drop your theories in the comments below, and don't forget to smash that subscribe button for more intriguing mysteries. We'll see you on the next video.